Hello on a Friday, Smash Com Tourney of Tourneys fans. Hopefully it's on Friday. Welcome to the Grand Championship final of Series 3. So the top 8 fighters of the Alpha League versus either the second place Alpha League fighters or the Beta League winners. They all fought on Monday, and whoever got through got through. It was 3 Beta League fighters, which is our best: Captain Falcon, DK and Snake, and some other Alpha League fighters. Now, I should probably just say, if you haven't watched the qualifying rounds on Monday, I'd watch that first, because I put a lot more effort into showing you who's going to get through and who's not. This one, we're just going to crack straight on with to see what happens. Now, the big thing here is if Kirby goes through to the final and faces either Simon or Snake, Kirby could be in for winning the Obsidian Crystal League. So now I should probably look at Simon and Snake as well. Okay, none of them have any because they've only recently moved over. So they both won the Emerald League, and that was that. But here we go. So we start with Banjo and Kazooie from the Energy Source. Now, every team has a fighter into the Grand Championship final. So any team could have the Grand Champion. Now, what does it mean to be Grand Champion? What it means is when it comes to ranking the fighters, if they're on joint points, like everyone's on 2, for example, the Grand Champion would be top, which could move them quite a few places up because there's a good middle chunk of people who are on similar stats. Anyway, it wouldn't matter to these guys as much because, well, it could matter from B tier to C tier. Oh, maybe. Because all of these fighters are ranked below 20. So all these fighters are extremely good. Banjo ranked 8th, so he will be an all-star for the Energy Source versus Snake for the Red Robots, one of the Beta League fighters who's 12th. Banjo has beaten Snake before, but the Robots only just usually beat the Energy Source. They've not actually fought that many times, not in comparison to like the Fuels and the Vipers, who have fought quite a few. Okay, it's so close at the moment. These guys want to win. This is Snake's only opportunity. Byleth does have 2, and Snake is out, so Byleth is first to get through, which means Kirby's chances of winning a Crystal League match get a bit slimmer. And like I said last time, you may have seen it, and like I said, I advise watching it, but if Kirby does have that Obsidian Crystal League win, then Chode will win Ultimate Dream Team with his team and Nickelback. It's put me through that for 2 whole series. And this is the other chance if Simon can beat Richter. If that doesn't happen, I've still not revealed who's won. So it could be either Nickelback or it could be the Fruity Fellas and Third Lemon with her first tournament on Smash Com. It's always the newbies. Anyway, Richter ranked 11th and Simon ranked 5th. So Richter's had a great tournament. Besides Simon, in fairness, I mean, winning the Emerald League probably helped. Was that this series or last series? That was last series. That put him in the top 8. And then he won a tournament, which is what moved him up to 5th. So Simon continued to do quite well. I was going to say, winning the Emerald League in the same series would be mad. Anyway, so far Simon is proving to be a worthy opponent to Richter. Should that be the other way around? I don't know. They're both pretty good, right? But it's a Castlevania. I wish we had the Castlevania level as well. That'd have been sick. Anyway, Simon, Richter throws away the sword to throw a Pokeball and he gets a Ditto, so now there's 2 Richters on the field. I always find this doesn't really do much when there's 2. Maybe they're a lower level. Oh no, the Ditto did a smash attack. Anyway, Simon did pick up a healing orb there, so he managed to lower his percentage, and Simon is definitely the favourite here. And it's like I said, if Simon gets through, then Kirby still stands that chance of having that Obsidian Crystal League match. And it looks like Simon has won, so Richter for the Cosmo Vipers is out. So the only Cosmo Viper that's left is Captain Falcon. Yeah, one of the best Beta League fighters, the most improved fighter as well, the warrior of Series 3. Excellent. That's what we love to see. Anyway, the Fossil Fuels have 2 opportunities as Pyra is in twice. So it doesn't matter if she loses here, apart from it will obviously rack up the pressure. But she faces off against King Dedede, so Pyra Mythra ranked 10th, 1 spot above Richter, and King Dedede is ranked 4th, 1 spot above Simon. So these guys are technically better than the last 2 fighters. King Dedede, the all-star of the Cockadoodle Dudes, is not the only Cockadoodle Dude in it, as we have Steve, who has also ended in the top 8. So Steve will be an all-star next year. It's nice to see brand new all-stars. It's Pyro and Mithra who get through and knock the all-stars out. So they missed out last series, which was a bit of a bump for them, really, because at one point it looked like, I think they were 6th at one point, and then it just all fell apart. A couple of people won Crystal Leagues, and it kind of dented their chances. So maybe next series. Next up is the last Cockadoodle Dude, which is Steve versus Banjo, who has already got through. Let's not forget. So, what's going to happen here? I was going to say, I've got Steve in the Sapphire League, but Steve won the Ruby League. And Banjo won the Opal League, so both these guys have won Crystal Leagues this series. So, 2 popular fighters. Now, I've not mentioned Ultimate Dream Team too much in these last 2 tournaments, actually. I didn't mention it at all in the qualifying round, so maybe I should in the Grand Championship. I'll do it later. But one of you guys could have. I'm pretty sure everyone here is on someone's team. I'm pretty sure that's the case, that one of you guys watching at home in your Ultimate Dream Teams will have a Grand Champion in your team. Yeah. Yeah, apart from King Dedede, I think that's the only person. Who knew? And obviously King Dedede's out, so someone's going to win. And this is a cagey match again between Steve and Banjo. Is Steve going to get the upper hand here? Banjo's just laid a good attack. 40 seconds left. There is a final smash on the arena. No one's really going for it, but Steve gets it. Don't know how it's going to work on this level, to be honest, though. Have to see. Banjo's in trouble. No, Banjo lives. Have we ever got this far on this level? We've got 20 seconds left. It's like Steve can't use his final smash on these, on these pipes. 15 seconds left. Okay, Banjo uses it, does hit Steve, so that should be Steve, does hit Banjo, so should be Steve getting through. Definitely Steve getting through, so the dudes have a fighter through. So far, 4 teams, the Sauce, the Limon, the Fuels, and the dudes are through. So we like to see that. As much as I would have liked to have seen Banjo get in twice, we can take once. That won't hurt me too much. Anyway, next up is Ganondorf versus DK. So this is a bit of a tighter match. DK has actually dented Ganondorf before. So, is he... Who's the best Beta League fighter? DK was 2nd versus the best Alpha League fighter. So Snake was the top Beta League fighter and he's out. There's only 2 Beta League fighters left, which is DK and Captain Falcon. And not to mention, this is... I thought DK would be in trouble there. This is the only Shroom Dog left, and that's Ganondorf's only opportunity. So can the MVP be Grand Championship as well? It's never happened that way before. They've always been in it. Don't anyone to forget that. They've always been in it. But it could happen today as DK loses, which means that was DK's only chance. So the favourite does get through, the MVP Ganondorf, and all that's left is Captain Falcon from the Beta League, who is also the only hope for the Cosmo Vipers. So technically, we could have all different teams in the final here. So if Falcon wins, if Kirby wins, and if Byleth wins, we'll have a different team. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know why Captain Falcon's in black. Is he in black or is that just me? Oh no, he looks like he's in black. Oh well, that's what we're with today. A different Falcon colour. Anyway, Falcon against Dark Samus is probably the best opportunity he has. And the Gorilla Limon have got 1 fighter through and lost a fighter. Don't forget they have 4 in. They have Dark Samus and Sonic left as well. It's pretty close so far. But Dark Samus is technically the Alpha League fighter. But at the moment, well, Captain Falcon's ranked 18th and Dark Samus is 19th. So Falcon is technically the favourite. Hits a massive attack there. that weapon is really destructive. And if Falcon lands a hit there, he'll probably win. But he throws it off the edge instead. Because why not? It's an intense fight. There you go. Good attack there from Falcon. Oh, big hit there. Is he going to do it? He's not going to do it yet. Oh, Dark Samus has the throw. It's not enough to kill Captain Falcon. I thought it was going to be. Okay, she's picked up the Super Scope. That would really damage Falcon. I don't think he's got a reflecting move. He's picked up a Beam Sword. Okay, Dark Samus has thrown it for a Pokeball. It's only a Fennekin. Probably not worth it. No offense, Fennekin. Okay, he's thrown his sword. 30 seconds left. It doesn't feel like it's going to go to full hog. Feels like there will be a winner. Dark Samus has picked up a healing ball. Falcon can't get a hit. I feel like if he did, he'd win. But Dark Samus has charged her cannon. If she fires that, Captain Falcon's in trouble. He keeps missing. There's a hit. 10 seconds left. No, I have no idea. No, it's gonna, yeah, it's going sudden death, surely. It is. So I called it incorrectly, believe it or not. Sounds like something I do. Who's going to get it? Are we going to see a Beta League fight through? Falcon actually beats Dark Samus, which I did kind of think would happen. But still doesn't mean it would happen. So Captain Falcon gets through, knocking out another Gorilla Limon, but does set up a fight between Captain Falcon and Ganondorf. Who was the Spartan? I need to have a quick check of that because I can't remember. It was. So we've got the Spartan, which is the best fighter of this series, which is Ganondorf, versus the best and most improved fighter of Captain Falcon. So Spartan versus Warrior. I'd love to see it. Anyway, this is Kirby's chance here. It needs to beat Sonic, who only just started fighting well. After a long series of being rubbish, Sonic has happened to turn it around. Won a Crystal League. A really crucial Crystal League as well. Helped Gorilla Limon win the title. And now here he is, seeing if he can win Grand Championship, and it's not going to be for Sonic. He didn't deserve it, let's face it. But again, if Byleth gets through now, that will be a fight from each team. What are the chances? So Kirby beats Sonic, so Kirby's setting up that final between Kirby and Simon. Light work there for Kirby, who's ranked 15th. Sonic was 16th. And here we go, the final of round 1 is Pyromithra versus Byleth. Byleth ranked 2nd, and Pyromithra already through, ranked 10th. But can they increase their availability for the second round? We'll see. Kind of want Byleth to win though, just so we've got a red robot through. Then it's up for grabs. So who's the lowest ranked now? Highest is obviously Ganondorf, ranked 1. It's Captain Falcon, ranked 18th. It's the only C-tier fighter left in the tournament, which is still amazing. Sometimes it can be like Shulk was ranked 30 something, I think, when he won. So it wasn't really, one of the consistent fighters for the tournament. Just like won a tournament, that was enough to become Grand Champion. But this time round, it's a little different. And Byleth has all the items. She did until she hit her own cannon. By hitting that, meant that she lost her hammer. I've never seen that before. So Byleth, with an almost certain win there, manages to flop. And there's another hammer. Is Pyromithra going to grab it? No, it's not. It's Byleth. Byleth's grabbed it. Hits Pyromithra. Pyromithra doomed. So Byleth does get through. So that means ranked 2nd is through, obviously. That's quite a big thing to mention. But also, every team has one fighter through. That's crazy. It's crazy. So let's see how they fall with an old school battle between what used to be the two rubbish teams, Gorilla Limon and the Energy Source, which is my team and my friend Jamie's team from Lima La Vida Loca. However, the Gorilla Limon have gone on to win Series 3 and the Source is still at the bottom. But here's a grudge match now, Banjo versus Simon, and if Simon gets through, it is setting up that Obsidian League final. But let's see what happens. That's little shit. I mean, I've got to be rooting for Banjo, obviously. Sorry to Chode, needing Simon to win. Okay. So far, so close. It would be on this kind of level. And a party ball has actually dropped loads of stuff that isn't bombs for once. There is that annoying pesky warp star though. If anyone throws that, that could end it. Oh, Banjo's thrown it. Oh no. Whoever lands in that is dead. I tell you now. You do not want to hang up here. Because they'll just accidentally jump because AI is ridiculous. Okay, none of them have hit it. That's good. That would have been a terrible way to end this match. And the Source still have a chance. I think this is going to be it. So Banjo, yeah, Banjo got the assist trophy that gets Simon into like a cooking pot. And that means that Banjo gets through. It means that Simon is out. So Chode, you are not automatically winning Smash Com Tourney of Tourneys. You may have already won, but there won't be a Crystal League match that will guarantee you'll win. So who knows what's going to happen now. But the Energy Source get through, and I want to see a Source fighter win. We've had a terrible tournament. It would be great to see Banjo win, because Banjo's had an excellent tournament. He has let Big Nath down in a lot of finals, though, as he did tell me. I think he said Big Nath lost 5 people in the finals, which is, like, mad. But still. We have Pyramithra, who are ranked 10th, versus Steve, ranked 6th. And these guys have fought 4 times, 2 apiece. So who's going to take their 5th win? Is it going to be Pyro, or is it going to be Steve? Is it going to be Fossil Fuels, or is it going to be Cockadoodle Dudes, who have won already before? They still have the Fuels. No, the Fuels have won as well, yeah. Bad little man. Okay. But both of these guys have won before. One of them will not win this time. Who's it going to be? Who's your money on? Who's ranked higher? I already said it. Pyra's 10th, Steve's 6th. But Pyra's picked up an extra life, and if she can land it, which she's thrown it for some reason. Oh no, she picked it back up. If she can land that, it's going to be hard on this small level. Oh, she's going for it though. Oh no, she's thrown it off the edge. Ooh, that's some swag right there. Don't need the extra life. Going to beat Steve the old-fashioned way. And so far, Pyramithra are doing that. They have got Caesar, and there you go. They didn't need the extra life as Pyramithra beat Steve and get through to the semi-finals, in which they faced Banjo, who they've never beaten before. Dun, dun, dun. And the Fossil Fuels are into the semi-finals. And once upon a time, Pyramithra looked so good. I don't know if I said that this tournament or in the last tournament, but they were once like 6th. And it all fell apart. Anyway, big match here. Captain Falcon versus Ganondorf. So Shroom Dogs versus Vipers. And they've never fought before. Which isn't a surprise, but I don't think they've ever been in the same league before. But they both have a similar moveset. They used to, especially in like Smash Bros. Melee, they have a really similar moveset. I think they've been changed a little bit. So it's interesting to see them fight. They both have that up B move that grabs the opponent and throws them. I don't know why they made it like that. Captain Falcon has an amazing uppercut there as well to intervene with Ganondorf's big kick. I feel like that is not a final smash. I feel like it's a fake one. Oh no, got that completely wrong. It is a final smash, and it's Ganondorf's and he's missed. So Captain Falcon is still in the game here. And Ganondorf tried to intervene, has done, and he's pushed Falcon down. So all the Beta League fighters are out, and Ganondorf gets through. So the MVP could be the Grand Champion still, as he reaches the semi-final. And the Cosmo Vipers are out. So they come 2nd this season, and they're not going to win the Grand Championship. So not the best for the Vipers this time round. And who would it be last? The Gumtech with Kirby, or the Red Robots and Byleth? Kirby ranked 15th. Has beaten Byleth before. 1-0. And Byleth from the Red Robots, who is clearly the better fighter, but Kirby won somehow. Is that the one where Kirby won? Because I think Kirby beat quite a lot of people. But who's going to tee up? Is Byleth going to tee up a first v 2nd semi-final? That would be awesome. Who's the other? 8th v 10th. It's not as awesome as 1st and 2nd, but we'll take it. Anyway, pretty close so far. I think this is where Byleth found herself in the qualifying rounds. She faced off against someone else. I can't think who that was, but... Anyway, so far so close. Both people on 75% as we go under the 30-second mark. As in, like, it's been 30 seconds, it's not 30 seconds left. It's actually 1 minute 20 left. Oh, okay. No one's doing anything for a while here. It's Kirby who wins, so Kirby still getting through. Wants to win that Obsidian Crystal League, but can't. Kirby's didn't get the memo as 15th place knocks out 2nd place. So, here we go. Semi-final time. And we've got Banjo versus Pyramithra first. So the Red Robots are out. So the winners of last series. So both, as in the winners of the whole thing. The whole tournament, not just the Grand Championship. Saying that, the Cockadoodle Dudes won the Grand Championship with Shulk, and Shulk ended up going to the Red Robots. So there's an interesting bit of fact for you. Obviously didn't do too well as the Red Robots come up 5th or something. 7th maybe. Not as high as before. Anyway, got to see the Energy Source win here. Got to see Banjo and Kazooie win. It's going to be tough against Pyramithra though, we're pretty strong. They're looking favourites for sure at the moment. That's a good combo. Banjo is nearer 100%. That's a big hit though. Ooh, I thought that was going to be a game there. What are we saying? Okay. That item is killer. It sends off a big whirlwind. I don't know what Pyramithra were doing there. They look the favourites here. Banjo is in serious trouble with a minute left. Kind of needs that final smash. But Pyramithra were hit with a fake final smash. They were dominating that, but that meant that they were knocked off the screen. So Banjo gets into the final for the Energy Source. The Energy Source could win here. So shout outs to anyone who has Banjo. Let's have a look. UDT Quick, which is the name of the page I put this on. Banjo. Two people, Makawawi and Boom Makalaka and Big Nafe and the Mighty Clucks, both having a Banjo in their team. You could have a Grand Champion. However, Banjo has lost in 2 finals already. I don't know if he's ever won one. I should have a look really. Quickly, if I can. Find Banjo. Oh no, he has got a gold. He got a gold in Series 2 and then 2 silvers this series, as well as a Crystal League. But now we have MVP Ganondorf versus Kirby. And do you know what? Ganondorf versus Banjo final would be pretty mad. I quite enjoyed that, to be honest, because there was a Crystal League match between those guys and Banjo won it. It was pretty big. It was a big part of Series 3. Anyway, so far it is Ganondorf who is winning, which is expected, but Kirby does always shock and awe. What's the stats between them before? Oh, Ganondorf's beaten Kirby 3 times, Kirby's won once. But he has picked up his final smash, which he's landed off screen, and that could be it. It is it. You know, it's Kirby. So Kirby does win, and that's a bit of a shock. Ganondorf, the MVP, is not going to be the Grand Champion and loses against Kirby, who just manages to pick themselves up when they want and, you know, win a tournament. And this could be the same here because they face off against Banjo and Kazooie, who... This is what happened in Alpha League 7, where Kirby beat Banjo and they'd never fought before, and then Kirby got that win. So this could be Kirby's. The final repeats itself, Alpha League 7, and who will win? Alpha League fighter Banjo, ranked 8th, or Kirby, ranked 15th. Kirby, who did get to the final, but didn't face Simon or Snake, so won't get the Obsidian Crystal League, which means Kirby will be a hot pick for next series. But let's see what happens here. It's in Kirby's home turf. Oh, what's going to happen? Okay, Banjo's picked up a Mimikyu, and if that grabs Kirby, that will take some damage. Kirby gets close to it, but so far they're avoiding it. And it's Banjo, who is dominating so far, in pink as well. Just icing on the cake, love to see that. Oh, okay, the Mimikyu has picked up Kirby, and it looks like Banjo could win this. Oh, misses that second smash, so it's not enough. But Kirby's in trouble. Kirby always fights back. It's hard to knock off the screen. Well, Kirby is fighting back. It's killer. Big hit there from Banjo. Anyone else probably would have been dead, but not Kirby. He picks up that big weird item. If he hits this, he has hit some damage, but he needs one more hit at least. And the Energy Source could win the Grand Championship. What's going to happen? Oh, I thought Banjo's going to do it there, but Kirby's just dodged it. He keeps hitting with this attack. 150% almost for Kirby. Oh, Big hammer hit from Kirby takes Banjo to 91, and we've got 34 seconds left. Who is going to win the Grand Championship for Series 3? It's Kirby. It's Kirby. Banjo is fighting so well. So, the Energy Source have not won. Banjo loses another fucking final. So it's Kirby. Kirby gets through. After winning Alpha League 7. Not having a very good tournament. What was Kirby's stats for this series? 1-9, lost 7. So Kirby was the 22nd best fighter of this series and is now Grand Champion. So well done to anyone who does have Kirby, which is... Let's have a look. You don't get anything for it, but just well done. 3 people with Kirby. Jordan from the Bunda squad, Gizwoo and Gizwoo United, and Nippleback and Chode as well. So, hasn't helped you, Chode. Hasn't helped you fight your case. But you could still be first anyway. Ooh, we're going to find out next time as I go through all of the ranks next time. But first of all, our Grand Champion from the Gumtech, ranked 15th. Kirby beats Banjo again. And Kirby becomes the Grand Champion. Well done, Kirby. He just knew it. He just slaughtered, in that Alpha League 7, he slaughtered everyone, and he happened to do so in the Grand Championship as well. So, Banjo did not win it. He could beat Snake, he could beat Simon, he could beat Pyramithra, but he could not beat Kirby. So, we see Kirby win. He got through by beating Sonic, by beating Byleth, and then beating Ganondorf. So, Kirby had beaten the top rank and second rank to get to this place. So, Kirby kind of deserved it, actually, but that is it. Nothing else can happen to change the scores now. That is everything. It is locked in. We have a winner of Ultimate Dream Team who is not going to be announced right now. We have a winner of the Growth Trophy that is not going to be announced right now. And it's just the 2 others, the Valiant Tourney and the Synergy Tourney. Like I said, that will be next week. But for now, Series 3 is pretty much over. It is for all of the AI fighters. All the simulated matches are done, and now it's just the Valiant and Synergy Tourney, which we see a final between Mega Drive versus the Mighty Clucks for the Valiant Tourney, and then it'll be Lim and the Vida Loca versus Boom Makalaka in the Synergy Tourney. So make sure to stick around and watch those next week. I'll also talk about like all the other accolades, so MVP, all of that shit as well. Spartan Warrior, all of that jazz. We'll go through it, but yeah, for now it's been a blast. So thanks for sticking around for the Grand Championship. Series 3 is practically over. It has been cool. It's been cool. Let's just leave it at that. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching.